Giovanni de Verrazzano wanted to be an explorer, so he carefully studied maps of the Atlantic, created by Appianus, a famous geographer. He wanted to find a new silk and spice route to China.
Your Majesty, can I have some ships for my expedition?
I don't know. As we're Anglo Spaniards, but if we don't go too far south, I suppose I could give you 4 ships.
I will not then, and thank you, my king.
So Giovanni de Verrazzano launched his ships on the spring of 1623 with financial backers, businessmen, and wealthy Frenchmen. But soon he was hit by huge gales, which destroyed his 2 bigger ships.
Sadly, they sailed back to port, where King Francis was waiting to take back the Normand, the bigger of his 2 remaining ships. Giovanni immediately got to work improving the Delphi, his only remaining ship, and also his smallest one.
After he was done, he launched the Dauphine once again on January 17, 1524. He was sailing happily and cautiously westward when a storm approached. Giovanni had to dodge the storm, which resulted in him turning northward.
Soon he anchored in Cape Fear, North Carolina, where he was greeted by natives. Giovanni was so interested in them that he forgot to refill his supply of drinking water. He soon realized his mistake, set sail, and had to land in another bay, where he was again welcomed by natives. Giovanni traded mirrors, bells, and other trinkets for fresh water. After this was done, he continued northwest until he discovered Carolina Outer Banks, a body of water on the other side of a narrow strip of land. There was no passage across the land, so he continued to sail along the coast until he found a small cove. Giovanni anchored and went ashore where he found natives. These natives were so interesting to him, he took a boy to present to King Francis.
As Giovanni continued northward up the coast, he missed the entrance to Chesapeake Bay, and later also passed the shores of Maryland, Delaware, and New Jersey.
Moving on with his journey, he spotted a place between 2 small hills with a wide, deep channel between them. After seeing this, Giovanni thought it was a possible passage, so he anchored the Dauphine in the channel, where he found natives in canoes that showed him a safe place to stay. He went ashore and stayed there, but after a few days, a sudden gust of wind came up, and as any good sailor would, he left to check on his ship.
In doing this, he decided to set sail, and so he went east along Long Island and past Block Island. He anchored in Narragansett Bay. Giovanni stayed there for 2 weeks, then he went east and reached the coast of Maine. There he met the Abenaki Indians, but as they were not very friendly, he continued along the coast of Maine, passing many islands. Giovanni approached Newfoundland, but it had already been discovered by John Cabot in 1497. He sailed east across the Atlantic again back to France. Giovanni de Verrazzano arrived back on July 8th of 1524 with a mission that was not a success nor a failure, as he did not find a new silk and spice route, but he did find and claim new land for